things we say about students is we can't control a lot of times the socioeconomic atmosphere that they go home to. This is an opportunity for us as a district to control what they come to. That is a very conservative number on our part, and I want to stress that because there is unknowns we don't know about. Will we have to add additional bus routes? Will we have to do some different things? Will we have to add a guidance counselor, in the process of this new building realignment? Those are
in the moratorium was that when we submitted the project, the bid date of the project had to be before 2015 in order to be eligible for the project. So, at this point, we have a schematic design that was submitted to the Department of Education, but we haven't moved forward on phase 2 in the process. So this is a slide of the existing building and then a slide of the
in discussing the plans for Franklin junior high, senior high combination in the middle school, we saw no proposed floor plans. Is there a reason for that?
well, right now, what the reason for that is because we don't know what that setup will look like. Because there's a lot of questions. Again, land development, how to play a role in this, issues with utilities coming in, additional parking, and all those types of things we play into that.
The brick building mistakes. The same guy that made that or proposing that plan, and then they went out to the state and find out that his estimates were way off. Do we have any information from the state other than from that guy?
I talked to Jim Vogel this morning. The state has approved the plan on 8 feet for all submissions. So what that's telling me that the state Department of Education believes that that guy right there is approved.
Say it one more time. Jim Vogel said that he. Here, Mike. What did Jim Vogel say?
Mr. Vogel, the state has approved Plan Con A and B for the reimbursement, which is
Plan Con A and B is just the request for him to look at it.
And that is a complete review of the facilities plan, is a complete review of their numbers, their estimations, their costs, what we're looking to do. So the state of Pennsylvania has said that those numbers that you're questioning are approved. That's
all the buildings that we're designed to need to do is have a capacity.
You can just, again, bring the focus back to this master facilities plan. Just to touch base on the stadium, to give you 2 minutes of information on that. The issue we have at the current stadium is the bleachers need to be repaired. With doing the bleachers, it comes in that all the ADA requirements have to be met at that point. What that means is completely redoing bathrooms, completely doing a new field house, a new entrance away based upon the engineer.
I was born and raised in this town, which I love very, very much. My taxes are so high now that I struggle. And I'm very, very, very concerned what's going to happen with all those large amounts rolling around up there. I'm probably going to have to be forced to sell, like all my friends are doing, and move back.
Us here is, if we could cut that right in half, but we're going to pay 100% of it. If we don't do a building project, we can patch things up as they break, like they've been doing. But we pay 100% of that. And we can put our students in a better educational facility and get reimbursement from the state by going through a master plan like we're trying.
If you have a different idea or something you'd like to talk to me about it, please feel free to come in and talk to me. Again, I have to warn you, I'm a little crazy right now with the start of school, but I'm open for, ideas. I'm open for different types of proposals and those types of things. But it's important that everyone realizes a lot of these proposals, depending on what we decide to do, could have an impact on our reimbursement. At this point, because of being into that moratorium and different things, if we change something drastically, it could affect our reimbursement at a much higher rate, and then a whole new calculation comes into this. So this, again, is just a proposal. We have 6 buildings that have serious issues that need to be addressed that have been let go for a long time.
Why are we always going backwards? And we're cutting corners in those buildings. And I believe I wouldn't go in debt, or refinance a home to buy another home or do anything like that. You need to get out of debt somewhere.
I'll chime in here since I've probably been involved with this process as long as anybody. Just a couple of things that happened early on that we're trying to do. We have a lot of information, unfortunately, unless you come to every board meeting and come to every committee meeting and research the internet and go to school board functions and visit other schools, you're not going to have all that information. So in fairness to the community, and we've been through this process leading up to a couple Novembers ago, it is a little bit unfair in that you don't have all the information that the 9 people or 10 board members have, including our superintendent. We've looked at the numbers, we've looked at numerous scenarios. Are we perfect? No. Systematic process. Anybody can find holes in things, but we're trying to hire the best people and look at the best way and look at every avenue before we make a decision.
But the state sort of like forced our hands. They told us that there might not be any more money from PlanCom projects, and that's why we started it. And I think, like sort of like with Mark there, like we've been sort of like telling him to like maybe just, drag it out a little bit, that we don't affect the taxes like that, but we're sort of committed but we're committed. In there tomorrow as a board and say, okay, we're going to take that 1.5 million, we're going to pay everything off and start from there. I mean, that's what the point we're at. In there tomorrow as a board and say, okay, we're going to take that 1.5 million, we're going to pay everything off and start from there. I mean, that's what the point we're at. But there's so many issues that you got to look at. And
We have to do something with the buildings. We have to get the money. We have to go. We have to put it. We have to do something for our house for our kids. And I think that's, you can't affect what children go home to, but you can affect what children come into. Doug? And that is not good to support the environment, so that's part of the things that we have to address. So, it's
project is safety. If you look at education, the quality of education, and if you look at the repairs that we're going to have to do, I guarantee you, as sure as I'm sitting here, $1.4 million, that's our debt coming off, times 20 years, that's $28 million. I know for a fact that over the next 20 years, if all we did was fix things and bring things up to code and bring things up to safety and bring our classrooms into the technology age that we need to do, it is going to cost more than $28 million. And we're going to pay 100% of that.